Hello. What is up? This is alertwolf here to bring you another review. This is of Green Lantern, the animated series. This one's episode 22, called Love is a Battlefield. Alright, now this is simple. Let's just get into it. Aya is still berserk and out of control. And she is on the warpath. The guys are still trying to track her down, but without having their nav computer, making high jump to Oa is going to be hard, so they can search for her from there. But as it turns out, she's attacking. See, if they had thought like what happens when your chick turns crazy? They might have who's angry about being loved. I mean, you know what gets me about this? Nobody's talked to Razor about the real reason she went freaking psycho, because he told her he loved her and took it back. That sent Robot into crazy mode. Because when she turned off her emotions, the safeties weren't there to hold her back. You know what I mean? And she was like, nah, love is evil, love is bad. So of course she's attacking Zamaranian homeworld or whatever. And it's hilarious to me, because you would think after all this that these guys would feel like, Razor, you gotta talk to her, you gotta tell her you love her, you do love her, you gotta fix this. And and his presence has a definite effect on her, because she is trying to rid the universe of the emotion of love. So she attacks the homeworld. A couple of sapphires go down. Then the sapphires fire back. The queen is badass in this, slicing and dicing some manhunters. But then Aya shows up, in her big ass body. And basically, she takes the queen out. The guys end up making a jump. Trying to make a jump to Oa. Now, what's her face? The Star Sapphire, who previously helped spurn about the revolution of love, the girl who's in love with Hal. She tries to talk Aya down, saying the queen needs medical attention. She's like, fine, she can have medical attention. It's not going to help her, though. It's not going to help you guys. She's like... And there's a conversation trying to explain to Aya love. And Aya explains that, he took it away. He said he loved me, and he took it away. And, finally, she's like, well, the person who taught me love was Carol Ferris. So... she's like, well, bring her here. She using the crystals. And she's like, well, that's not how the technology works. You have to love someone to bring her. But she, did some psychic... Aya's displaying powers she never had. Maybe because she's sucking on the teat of the Anti-Monitor's powers. But, yeah, she's displaying abilities she never really had before. She read her mind, figured out how to use the crystals, and activated them, bringing Carol in. And Carol tries to explain to her love, and she doesn't do a good job, because she was put on the spot, and she's a little mad at Hal. She's like, so love brings nothing but pain, because Hal Jordan just makes you mad. She's like, well, I can never hate him. So you're saying love is stronger than hate? And she's like, yeah. She's like, well, let's have a death match between love and hate. And Carol's like, you can't do that. You can't. She's like, yeah, you can. And she brings Atrocitus, breaks him out of jail, teleports him to the planet, gives and is like, all right, you two battle to the death. Atrocitus, if you win, I'll release you. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. She's like, and you'll have killed Hal's true love. So then Carol is given a ring, and he's giving his ring back. And so now they're forced to fight on the battlefield. So just then the guys teleport into Oa's sun and narrowly avoid burning to a crisp. But back to the battle. Obviously, the battle between those two isn't exactly right. She hasn't been trained to fight, so she's getting her ass kicked. So then she wishes for her true love to help her, obviously being Hal. The portal opens. Razor explains what the portal is, and Hal immediately jumps in without hesitation. Of course, you fucking hurt my chick, yo, even if it is his ex-girlfriend. So that fight between Atrocitus and Hal and Carol is awesome, because Hal is pissed when he gets in. Talk about rage and anger. The fight just goes back and forth. Atrocitus is like, last time we fought, I had just conquered Oa. I was tired then. I'm a little well rested now. And the fight is good. And Hal's not necessarily winning, but he's giving as good as he's getting. And then more death in this episode, because when it looks like Atrocitus is beating Hal, he releases his his flame breath thing, the fire breath thing that they do, the blood, the fire blood that they spit that dissolves aura, actually. So he fires his dragon blast at him, his dragon rage. You know what I'm saying, from Pokemon. So he fires that at him, and what's her face, the Star Sapphire, who brought Carol in, and who taught the Queen love, that chick, the one in love with Hal, she took the hit for him. She took a full brunt blast and it got her, mortally wounding her, and later on in the episode, killing her. So Hal gets really angry, and he kicks Atrocitus's ass. And then Carol, as if kicking his ass wasn't enough, Carol dropped a house on him. She dropped a mountain on him. She took one of those peaks and just crushed him and beat him. And then they go back to check on the chick, and she dies. And there you go. And then they're like, see, love wins. It produces the ultimate sacrifice. And she's like, and just then, because Razor and Kilowog knew that he was fighting Atrocitus, because they saw him on the other side of the portal, they decided to teleport into Zamaranian space or whatever, and they teleported into the planet, and Razor and Kilowog get there, and they're trying to talk Aya down, and she's mad at Atrocitus for failing, so she puts him back in prison, and bats away the ring, and she's like, no. She's like, I'm gonna destroy love right now. And Ray's just like, what are you doing? Cut it out. She's like, well, you're not affecting me. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll be back. Destroying the universe one by one will take forever. When I'm done, I'm gonna destroy the universe in one fell swoop and remake it in my image. She's gone off the deep end. Really, she needs to reactivate her emotions, and that's what it is. But if you ask me, she's just being hurt and angry, and she's gone off the deep end. But what did I think of this episode now? And then, she leaves, and this is pretty much how the episode ends. I'm gonna give this one a 4, and I'll tell you why. Last week's episode was good. It was funny. It was comic relief. It was a break. This week's episode, we got to see a great fight between Atrocitus, the three of them. Great fight. We got to delve into the character, the villainous character development of the Dark Aya, or the anti-Aya, and we got to see another death. Say what you want about this Green Lantern show, you know, some people are like, well, it's not, you know, it's more Saturday morning cartoony. It's not as gritty as Young Justice, and that is true. And it was designed to be more lighter and lighthearted, mainly because of the color schemes. But you got to remember, it's the Green Lantern, and they're all about colors. So, but there has been more depth on this one show than I have seen as far as a DC or any cartoon recently that I can think of that wasn't an anime. I mean, look, that's already the second confirmed death of the season, you know, that I can think of off the top of my head in the last few episodes. I mean, Aya didn't actually die, but the Guardian died. You had now you had the Star Sapphire die, and people were dying throughout the whole season, you know, with the Manhunters killing people. So, and she may not have been a main character, but she was, you know, she was the second main Star Sapphire underneath the Queen. It was just the Queen and her were the main chicks, and now Carol. Oh, that's what I skipped. Carol, at the end of the episode, decided to keep her ring. And she's like, I may see you out there in the galaxy. So I completely forgot that, but there it is. Carol keeps her ring, and she stays with Star Sapphire and heads back to Earth. I'm sorry, I forgot. But, yeah, so, you know, but even, and then you add all this stuff to it, and it was just, it was a great episode. And it's been the second half of the season, man. It's been really good. So, I'm glad I started reviewing it. Again, it's a shame they're canceling the show, but there's still hope. Remember, I've been putting in the petition at the bottom. Sign the petition at the bottom. Try to save both shows. Alright, so click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is Alert Wolf signing off.